So really quickly, I wanted to just get on here and show you what a simple project this is. So basically, I just took these terracotta pots from the Dollar Tree that come in a pack of 2. So basically, they come out to 50 cents a pot. And so I just gave them a quick coat of white spray paint, and I freehanded the words live, laugh, and love on the front of them. And then Dollar Tree has these potted cacti or cactus plants, if you will, but I was not able to find them. I'm finding that the stores that have the bamboo don't have the cacti, and the ones that have the cacti don't have the bamboo, vice versa. And some of them have picks, some of them have the potted succulents. It's just crazy. So, however, I was able to pick these up at Dollar General, which were $1 either way, just the same as Dollar Tree. And as you know, Dollar General and Dollar Tree are both owned by the same company, so technically it's still a Dollar Tree product. So all I'm going to be doing, obviously these little pots are much smaller than these little terracotta pots, so I wanted to give it a little more height because I didn't want them to sink inside there and you know, disappear. So I put a little piece of styrofoam inside each pot just to give it a little bit more height and elevation to it. And so I just cut a little piece of styrofoam off and just smudged it into the pot. So now all that's left to do is to take out the little pick from inside the pot and replant it into the terracotta one. So I find that the easiest way to take these things out are to use this really complex tool, a trusty old butter knife. And so all you want to do is wedge the knife into the side of the pot and jiggle it a little bit and try to lift up. And this is just a piece of styrofoam inside here, and you should be able to get it out pretty quickly. And it comes out, the whole thing. This is how it looks. And you can pull out the pick itself because this is not too difficult to pull out, but I kind of want the whole thing inside so that it could, you know, lift up over the pot. I didn't want it to sink in. So that's basically all you're going to be doing to get them to put inside these little pots. And it's really that simple and easy with the butter knife. And so now, to make them look a little bit more fancier, you're going to put some of these pebbles from the Dollar Tree. They're just little gravel stone rocks, and I've used these in other projects before, and I had this left over from a previous DIY. So you're just gonna pour it over the top of that little potted cacti and try to, you know, fill it the best way you can without it getting all messy, which is a hard thing to do, but you get the gist. So I have to say I find it easier just pouring the gravel and back inside one of these little planters that the cacti came in and pouring it in there as such, as opposed to pouring it out of, you know, the bag, because it makes too much of a mess. So here is one down, and this is how it looks, and I just think it looks really cute with all the white gravel on top. And so now we're going to do the next one. And so basically you just pouring it on top and going around and filling it as best as possible. That's the reason why we added the styrofoam in there as well. Otherwise it would take a lot more gravel than what we're using here, because these pots are pretty deep. And this is the final outcome, guys, all put together. My little triplicate pottage here with the live, laugh, and love. I put them on this little tray that I spray painted. This was just a tray that I had on hand, and I spray painted it white as well. And then I use these felt pads that I found at the Dollar Tree, and it's in a variety pack of 60, and it has some large, medium, and small. So I won't be able to turn the pots upside down for obvious reasons to show you the larger ones on the pot, but I will turn the tray over and show you that I put the felt tips underneath so that it doesn't scratch any surface that I might put on, and so that it doesn't scratch the finish on the newly spray painted tray. I also put the bigger ones, the bigger felt tabs, underneath the pots themselves so that it doesn't scratch, and I'm able to place them on the tray with ease. And this was pretty much it, guys. It was a no-brainer. It wasn't that, sorry for shaking the camera, guys. I'm operating one-handedly. I'm not using my tripod at this moment, so I'm just filming with one hand. So this is it. This was the Live, Laugh, Love that I created out of the Dollar Tree pottage. Basically, I told you these terracotta pots came in a package of 2, making them 50 cents per pot. And so I bought 2 packs, and I'm going to be using the leftover one on another project, which you will be seeing shortly. And this was the triplicate that I made out of the 3, using the dollar cactuses also that I purchased at Dollar General. But Dollar Tree also has these cactuses as well. So I hope you enjoyed this project, and I hope this inspires you to think outside the box and use some of these Dollar Tree products for your home decor. I'll talk to you soon. So for this next project, I just took this piece of floral foam, and I've been cutting it down and playing with it and trying to cut it down to size to fit inside this terracotta pot that I had left over from my last project. So what I did was I went ahead and I picked up some twigs, some branches from outside, if you will, and they're just some branches that I found on the ground outside in my yard, and I gave them a quick coat of spray paint, and I just put a rubber band at the end. And this project is going to be really hard to get in the camera, the whole entire shot, but I'm going to try my best. So now what I'm trying to do is, before I put the styrofoam inside the pot and get it stuck in there, I think I'm going to try to wedge these branches inside the styrofoam first. And so that's what I'm going to try to do, and try to center it and get it as best as I can before putting it inside the pot. So I went ahead and gave that a wedge off camera really quickly, simply because the camera was shaking all over the place. So as you see, I just put it inside the styrofoam, the little stick. So now I'm just going to put it inside this terracotta pot, and I'm going to try to wedge it in there so that it stabilizes. Okay, so I was having a difficulty trying to get it to stabilize, and so as you see here, I decided to add some little river rocks that I got in a bag from Dollar Tree, and it's still not as stable as I would like it. As you see, I'm struggling to keep it stable, but we're going to work with that for now, and we're going to try to see if we could remedy that. So then my initial idea was to wrap it in some of this microfiber cloth that I got from the auto section at Dollar Tree, but I felt like this was kind of too wintry, and since this is a spring rustic DIY, I opted to see if maybe I would use burlap instead. So I have some of this burlap left from a previous project, but I don't think that's quite going to be enough. And then I had these 2 pieces of burlap too left over from another project, and this was from a sheet. So we're going to try to work with what we have, guys. So basically what we're going to do here is we're going to gather the corners of these pieces around the pot, So we got these two corners, and now we're going to get the other two corners and try to stretch them above. And we're not trying to cover the whole thing per se. Remember, this is just a rustic-y farmhouse type of DIY. When you're doing things that are rustic and farmhouse like this, you're trying to bring in the outdoor elements to the inside and make them look as troubleless as possible, as effortless as possible, I should say. And so definitely we're bringing some of the outside indoors with this tree branches that I found. So now we're gonna just take this rubber band that I have here, and we're gonna try to grab the burlap with the rubber band and hold it in place. Okay, so this is how it looks with the let me tilt it so you can see, with the rubber band wrapped around. And so it looks cute like that, but I'm not really, you know, a big fan. So what we're going to do is I have a piece of that other burlap ribbon that I showed you. And so we're going to wrap a piece of this burlap ribbon around that rubber band so that the rubber band doesn't show. And we're going to cover up the fact that, you know, we was a little bit skimpy on the burlap fabric sheet, the sheet fabric itself. So that's going to cover that. So we're going to hit this with a shot of hot glue, and then we're going to tie it with some of this jute twine and make a little bow. So we'll show you how that looks. So that's what this looks like with the burlap around. So now I doubled up on the jute twine so it could be nice and rustic looking. And so I'm just going to wrap the jute twine around and tie it off in a simple bow, and then cut off the excess. And this is a really quick and simple project that anybody can do. And it's something that you can use all year round as decor. I am going to be using this as part of my Easter decor, however, and I will show you how I use that as part of my Easter decor. But for now, we're just going to cut this down. And this is what it looks like, guys. I hope you can see this. I'm trying to show you. This is the bottom of the vase. I will give you a full view of the entire project once it's done and put together. But so far, this is what we have, and this is how I've put it together. We got the river rocks inside, the terracotta planter with the burlap and the jute twine, and so far I'm thinking that I like it and it looks cute. So now that I got it all nice and stable, which wasn't an easy task to do, guys, I can tell you right now, because these twigs came from nature, they weren't even. So the edges were pretty jagged and it was kind of hard to balance them out. And I didn't have a saw to cut them down. So I just played with it a little bit and I did the best that I can do. And so now I got it stable. And so now what I have here is this pack of foam eggs from the Dollar Tree, and it's a set of 12, and they're little hanging ornaments because they have these little pieces of ribbon attached to them. And so I'm just gonna attach a couple of these ornaments to the tree and give it that little Easter vibe. So let's see how we're gonna do this. We'll hang one here. That's one. So I'm trying to hang them in various places, you know, so it doesn't look all bunched together, and sprouts them out. So, but I'm trying to do it so that I don't tip over the tree because it's not the most stable. It's, remember I told you I had a hard time getting it stable. So here's another one, and I will show you the finished product when I'm done. So this is it, guys. This is my little Easter DIY rustic tree that I made using natural products, natural elements from the outdoors, spray painting them, adding a few embellishments and some pizzazz. I hope you enjoyed this video tutorial, and I hope it inspires you to create something new. I'll talk to you in the next one. Bye now.